I want to talk about a couple of things that are going on with some cards right now. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So let's talk about the Soul release. And actually, contrary to what you might believe, the Gravedigger spell card from LOB is actually seeing play alongside Soul Release. I've known that Soul Release has been seeing play because it is the mass exodus card from the graveyard. It's literally a banish 5. Alright, like, kind of crazy, alright? But the format has gotten to the point that I saw an extreme list that was playing 3 Soul Release and then 2 copies of the LOB grave card that banishes 2 from the grave. And I was like, wait a minute, we're playing 5 banish cards from my opponent's graveyard? Yes, they were. And it's actually crazy that this is actually happening right now. That players, like, taking care of the grind game from Fire Kings, anything, honestly, it's anything that goes to the graveyard that sets up this massive, troublesome wave of, power that you're going to have to deal with is why we're seeing this. I never thought that we would see Soul Release see super competitive meta play. At least, that these decks are siding to this extreme. But I wanted to point it on the table here and go, hey, you've heard talk about Soul Release. This is not our first time talking about this on this channel. The Grave card actually is the first time that we're seeing this interaction actually starting to show up and do its thing. But, this is more along the lines of, I'm already playing 3 copies of Soul Release. How much more do I need to bring to the table to kind of finish the game? Next up is Soul Hunter. Now this is, I cannot believe this part either. Soul Hunter is a vanilla fusion level 6 fiend monster. You heard me say that correctly. Because why are we looking at this right now? What's going on? What's spawning the fact that we need this? Well, it's got to do with our friends out here at the Unchained department. They are trying to find ways to kind of supplement the damage that the ban list did to them without trying to lose things. Also, did I mention level 6 Fiend Monster? That's right, DDD Wave King Kaiser is the thing that the DDD players don't really want to lose. Because it is the heart and soul that not only did hitting of the Shyama actually hurt the deck, actually putting the DDD package in check for the splashability that it actually had going for it. And that's kind of where our issue lies right now. Once you not only took away the consistency hit of this, you also put a massive power pressure on the Zeus Turbo side of things, all right? Like, you might not have really considered this, but Unchained needed that little aspect of things in order to clear up their relatively not so good matchups. So they're looking at Ready Fusion to kind of pop this thing out on the field and go, hey, look, we did it. We have this intimidating monster. Ooh, and then you're supposed to overlay it and start this little combo line into the DDD stuff. I don't think that this is consistent at all, but a lot of people are buying into it right now, and that's fine. I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention and go, hey, Soul Hunter, it's kind of cool. Rocket Salamander. No way. He said it. He said it. Everybody, I bought TG cards. Yeah, I didn't actually buy TG cards. I think I own 2 playsets of Rocket Salamander because I pulled them. that's my luck, right? Like, but that's honestly the reaction for people out here that were like, I'm gonna go pick up my TG cards. They're gonna go up one day. And then you saw a $10 quarter century card, and you're like, someday it's gonna happen. Now, I believe what I'm about to tell you is not the only example of how this card is going to be explored by the meta. But right now, people are looking at Rocket Salamander as part of a Sinful Spoils package to turbo out Orcus cards. Yeah, you heard me say that correctly. Any two monsters is full Orcus combo, right, guys? And of course, it's a level 1 fire mount. I don't need to tell you this. All right, you know this. All right, this is basic Orcus knowledge 101. But the biggest takeaway from this is people are doing this. All right, Rocket Salamander went up from $10 for the quarter century up to $15. Still can't believe that, by the way. I had to stare off into space there for a second. You got to take it in. But if you're playing Rocket Salamander, it means you got to play other TG cards. All right, and that means I'm gonna have to worry about bricking. And I don't want a brick. I want my build to be the most consistent, optimized thing in the world, all right? That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to win the game with this. And if I'm bulking down on Rocket Salamander trash as a side idea to something, I don't know. But I do actively believe that there is something else to this. That is the primary example that I was seeing in the very early stages of what was going on. Next up, let's go talk about this Orcus hype over here. Now, you should not be any stranger to seeing the random guy that played Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2019 giggling like a schoolgirl over here because he can harp horror again. I understand also that buy steals exist in the format. I also understand that Babble exists. Yeah, I'm a babbling buffoon for trying to buy steal your monster while that stupid field spell is on the thing. But here's the thing I gotta tell everybody, it's not always gonna work out for you that you're gonna have the field spell up while the harp horror's in the graveyard. And an absolute zero sum of people like, you just don't put the harp horror in the graveyard without the field spell. That's it, just don't do that. It is impossible to do that 100% of the time. You will get interrupted somewhere along the way, something bad will happen, and then off in the distance is Magna Hut getting ready to scoop your machine up because he suddenly wants some oil. Alright, like that's the only reason for this. Alright, I should have said that this was more prefacing for this. So that's like the downside to this right now. But people are looking at Orcus right now, even though everybody's like, Orcus is bad because buy steal interactions. People are, this is one of the first times that like the super nostalgia crowd is like, yes, I want to play this game right now. I am beyond super excited for the chance to do this. And that's why you have people screaming at the top of their lungs. That's why you're seeing the consistent cycle of Orcus cards doing their thing. Hype, 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 hype. You know this, all right? This is common knowledge. But once again, you have a lot of diehard Orcus fans out there. It's why they're looking at this deck right now. And it is doing its thing. It's why you playing all these innovative builds, all right? It's happening. It's finally happening. Yay! Clara and Rushka. Ha! Why in the world is a... Oh. Link 1? Link 1? SP Little Knight? No! They would never! We've gotten to the point in SP Little Knight's career of power cycling that the world is now looking at playing Clarinushka so that you can trigger the first effect of SP Little Knight. We got him, everybody. We figured it out. We figured out one more way to make Clarinushka broken. I thought that we had this all figured out here when we were hitting the high notes. I mean, we were hitting those real high notes with, Secret Village Lock. Ooh, yeah. But it's been... how long since we've seen people trying to play Clarinushka 2 out the spellbook lock? Not only did you play it for the spellbook lock, you also played it for that, and then we were getting to the point that, SP Little Knight comes down here, and Clarinushka's back in the spotlight again. Yeah, Konami, you really need to reprint this card. This card has no reason to be near $10. None at all right? And I'm not going to lie, I actually thought Clarinushka had a secret rare print until fairly recently when I looked it back up. I was like, no, this thing only has one print. Like, it seems like a card that would have got a secret treatment in one of the Battles of Legends somewhere along the way, but nope, Clarinushka, single printing, and it's getting used as SP fodder. What a time to be in this game. I appreciate tech choices. They're definitely interesting, to say the least. So what do you guys think? A lot of interesting things happening here. Please, so comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out.
Patrons!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.